that people are giving it a really hard time and missing the point of the product a little bit. Not everything is made for you. Some products are made for my auntie, and she doesn't care.
Whoa, okay, Linus, let's stop right there. Sure, she may not care in general, but I bet she would care about that price though. And getting a slightly older but better iPhone for cheaper is definitely way smarter than just getting this clearly limiting iPhone just because it's new. Unfortunately though, he does have a point. So let's talk about it. Sup, Rotten? The iPhone 16e is so weird. Like, really weird. And I've been sitting here thinking about why this phone, that literally no one asked for, got past the brainstorming stage at Apple headquarters. Similar to with the stunt they pulled with the USB-C Apple Pencil, this thing could have been something really special, but they focused too much on over-tuning its drawbacks that it feels like it's beyond just cutting costs. It feels intentional. But like I said in my last video about this phone single-handedly defeated the purpose of what the iPhone SE was supposed to stand for, a cheap entry into the iOS ecosystem. And for what? But Apple sees this differently, and I think I know what it is. Just how I think you should hit that like and subscribe button. We do Pro Max quality videos over here at no extra charge. So the iPhone 16e was released last week, and its very existence took everyone by surprise. Not only did no one want this, but it also replaced a beloved addition to the iPhone family, the iPhone SE. It was small, cute, and super affordable, coming in at a whopping $429. I know a couple people in my life right now that blissfully dailies this thing, and it's a real shame knowing that they possess the absolute last of its kind. Now that's not to say that the iPhone 16e isn't a significant upgrade compared to the iPhone SE, but that's kinda expected, you know? Phones get better every year, and the iPhone SE came out 3 years ago. I'm not giving this device credit for that, but what is impressive is that it has the best battery of any entry-level iPhone, so it at least has that going for it. It'll be a lot easier for this phone to be supported for years to come that way, with Apple Intelligence and all. Speaking of which, hopefully it'll be fully released by the time we get another phone though, huh? Am I right? Taking forever. So what do I mean when I say that Apple does in fact have a target audience for this? And why do I think this highlights a larger issue that Apple's been having lately? Well, I'll tell you after a word from our sponsor. It seems that the #1 issue plaguing Apple Watches is the battery. No matter how many adjustments and features you decide to squeeze in, it'll ultimately mean nothing when it inevitably dies in the middle of the day because you forgot to put it on the charger. Now, only if there was a convenient and ingenious way to have your watch charged when you're on the go that takes up no more space than the keys you inevitably have to carry, made by Joyroom to sponsor this video. That's right. This portable wireless keychain Apple Watch charger ranks highly among wireless chargers on Amazon, and for good reason. On top of its top tier portability, being that you can throw it in your pocket, slap it on your keychain, your book bag, etc., this almost 3-inch charger packs 2,000 milliamp hours of juice, being more than enough to fill up your Apple Watch multiple times in clutch, making this thing an absolute travel essential. Check it out in the description below if you're interested, and shout out to Joyroom for sponsoring this video. Think about the budget phones Apple has made in the past. Even before the iPhone SE, there was the iPhone 5C. Released back in 2013, the major cost-cutting measure of that phone was the shell that was made of plastic rather than aluminum. In return for that sacrifice, you got vibrant color options of blue, green, yellow, pink, and white, and terrific advertising to boot. It was so fun to watch, and it was cool seeing the iPhone 5C colors in the real world. Finally, many people's wishes were answered with this phone, granting people both the colors that they've always wanted, along with the pricing that was hard to ignore. Dude, it was $100. $137 adjusted for inflation. Thinking about that more, this was absolutely insane to do. An iPhone. The price of an Apple Pencil Pro is crazy. Modern Apple would never. Hell, no one would ever. Like really, what were they thinking? That's crazy. Now look at the iPhone 5C and the iPhone SE and tell me what is so special and unique about the iPhone 16e. Where's the oomph? The sparkle? The one thing that makes it stand out and make it worth it to buy? Well, you look at this ad and I want you to tell me what you think is the special thing about this phone. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't get it. Why are they in the void? Not only do you not stand out, but you're also not carrying the tradition. Like, you come to the party uninvited and you're annoying. Like, why? Well, here's the answer. There is nothing special. Because Apple doesn't care about this phone, and the people they want to sell it to, they assume won't care about it either. Apple's target audience for the iPhone 16e is the everyday layman, the people who aren't savvy enough nor invested enough to care for the details, strays who don't have people like us, their designated techie friend, significant other, or family member to help steer them in the right direction. Those people will either do two things: see that this phone is cheaper than the others in the iPhone 16 lineup and get one, or see this phone as the example for making the more expensive phones in the iPhone 16 lineup seem more appealing. I mean, the iPhone 16 is only a $200 upgrade, so why not? That's right. The iPhone 16e is Apple's dummy phone, targeted towards people who don't know any better or try to get a new cheaper iPhone with their phone plan, thinking that they're in for a treat coming from their iPhone 12 until they realize that they're buying a much newer iPhone with less features. And they'll realize that when their MagSafe compatible accessories won't work. Not only that, but the extra benefit to being the dummy phone can put their own proprietary modem in this phone as sort of a lower risk soft launch to test out their new technology in the real world before they inevitably slap better versions of it in the newer and better generations. I just don't see the reasoning of this phone being anything beyond taking advantage of consumers who don't know what they're sacrificing. A genuine example of Apple's loss of passion, making a product that seems like it was an idea created by a low-cost, high-profit machine rather than actual creative minds. And we're starting to see that a little too often coming from Apple nowadays. But no matter how you may look at it, Apple still wins. Even if it means releasing something that leaves no real mark in the industry, it will immediately be forgotten as quickly as it came. This phone is a master of none. Nothing special or spectacular, meticulously designed to be as confusing and lukewarm as possible, at a price that just can't be justified. But hey, look on the bright side. We now know what the E in iPhone 16e stands for. Irrelevant. And hey, that's just my rotten opinion. What's yours? Leave it in the comments below. And if you would like early access to Riot Apple videos long before the public gets to see them, or even a little custom avatar to go with your name, feel free to support me on Patreon along with my Riot and Riot Pro subscribers, Vasco, Franz Quebec, Daniel, Sour Kiri, Carbon Ranger, and Miss Gang. Thank you all for the support as it keeps me dropping videos consistently, and thank you viewers for watching. If you want to see more of me, you know what to do. I think past this week, no one is going to really talk about this phone anymore. And it's quite sad. But I hope this is a wake-up call for Apple to help them realize that people actually have standards even when it comes to cheaper phones. Like, how does it stand out beyond, like, the classic Nokia? I mean, it's bulletproof. That was the special thing about it. What's special about this?